All right, ladies and gentlemen, episode 68 of the podcast with Phyllis Driller. And it was really great getting to finally sit down with him because we had met about like 4 or 5 months ago at Chris the Thriller's album release party. And we had connected on just off-roading, shooting guns. And it was really cool. It felt genuine. So hopefully you guys enjoy this conversation, and before you do, like the video, comment down below because it helps out with the channel, and I really appreciate you guys. Hopefully you enjoy this, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace. We're here.
We're here.
Where did you come from?
Where did I come from
You're
right now?
in LA right now?
No, I live in TO, so I'd be
okay.
30 minutes. Nothing too crazy.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
How because I remember the first time I met you, bro.
Mm-hmm.
It was actually with Chris. It was Chris's album release party.
Yep.
And since then, it was. I felt like that we had like we were talking about guns.
Yeah, we
and
talking
just
about guns.
off-roading and shit.
That shit is fire, bro. Because once I found out that you do that, bro, I grew up in Florida for the most part, like, so people don't really know that about me. Like, I mean, the people that are close to me do, but I don't really tell people that a lot. So I was just like. When you said the guns and off-roading and doing all that stuff, it's like mudding and doing all that type of shit. They do all that stuff out there. And like, I was never really hip to that when I lived in California when I was younger. And then when I moved to Florida, like, that's when I kind of learned about all the shit, like all the off-roading and mudding and doing like crazy shit, like different other shit, like outside shit. So I was just like, all right, like, that shit's fire, bro. And like that connection definitely connected me to you, like, right off the bat.
For sure.
I was just like, you the homie, bro. That's
For sure,
fire, bro.
And like, what part of Florida were you at?
I actually, my mom got a job in Orlando, and I ended up moving to Orlando like early. I was in like 5th or 6th grade, so I went to school out there for all the way up through high school and shit. So
okay,
that was the spot, Orlando. I didn't know shit about Orlando. I didn't know only about Disney World. That's really all.
Yeah,
I didn't really know shit else about it. So it's like once I moved there, it's like a whole culture shock, different type of people, all kinds of shit.
Damn. Like, so you grew up here and then you ended up moving back to Florida.
Yep, I grew up here.
Florida.
Yeah, I grew up here and then moved there 6th grade, and then I was there all the way through high school and then moved back after.
How was it? Like you said, it was a culture shock. What was like kind of different about just that area?
I mean, it's more or less the people. It's the types of people. I mean, the types of people that you see. You see a wide
like a melting
variety
pot over there still too, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You see a wide variety here. It's kind of like how you would see in New York or like any big cities.
Yeah.
But it's just real. How do I say it? It's like every. Like the Latino community is a different type of Latino community than here. So it's like
more Cuban and stuff.
Yeah, Cuban,
okay.
Dominican, Puerto Rican, that type of Spanish culture. And then you have like black culture as well. Like you also have like Haitian culture, Jamaican culture, like things.
It's more like island vibes.
Yeah, island vibes,
okay.
Caribbean vibes like that.
Yeah,
so you see those types of people. And then like the white people that you are around, and like Asian people, anybody else that's around is just a different type of their race that you would normally be used to here. You know what I mean? Like they all grow up around these other people, so it's kind of like a big melting pot of all kinds of different types of people and different types of personalities and the ways that people live their lives and stuff. Like you wouldn't even really, like, out here you wouldn't expect certain people to be in certain spots, you know what I mean? But then out there, like those types of everybody's right next to each other. It's like it's a little bit different of how it's like set up and shit. It's cool though.
I would imagine, just I've never been there, but just imagining Florida, it's not kind of like well, it is a city, right? Were you in the city or were you in like more?
In Orlando we were in the city, but it was like it was not as big. It would be considered like LA would be, but it's just not as big. So it's like right now they're still doing like construction and building roads and doing some crazy shit to Orlando, like trying to make it more like how it is here, like more busy and all that stuff, and give people more like places to live. And they're just making
still
it
developing.
Exactly. They're just
okay.
developing all kinds of different shit. It's just a whole thing out there. But
Yeah.
that's probably one of the most like bigger cities that I could think of that would be more like here than anything. I mean, Miami obviously, but I wasn't in Miami, so I didn't really like get to see everything daily there. I just know a little spot of it. But Orlando's big as fuck.
How was the transition going from here to over there? Just like as far as just like knowing people and all that stuff.
Shit, I mean, the thing with me is when I was young, it wasn't too hard for me to be cool with people and to like make friends with people and you know what I mean, all that type of stuff. So it was I mean, I didn't know not one person moving over there. My mom barely knew anybody. She was moving there. Excuse me. She was moving over there just to do her job stuff. So like it was kind of just really I just adjusted to whatever. Like I just got into stuff. At first I got into like sports. At first I was doing like little football, basketball things and trying to like make friends through that stuff. Yeah. But it was early that like I made the friends that I like had been friends with all the way through high school. Like some of the people that I know now that I'm still cool with are people that I met out there when I was in 7th, 8th grade and shit.
Yeah, so I feel like those early years when you go to school,
yeah,
it's like nobody like we haven't formed those cliques yet, you know. And like we talked about it with Chris too about the cliques and like how people form into like these groups.
Yeah.
So like early on, there was nothing like that. So like it's easier to meet people and like.
Yep. You're very right, man. That was the best part about it. Once I realized that like, okay, I could be in a different spot and can make adjustments that easy. It just helps you like in the long run. It just helps you for anything. Yeah, for anything team oriented, for anything that you're just like not sure about going into. Like things is like, okay, like it's like a feeling that you could be optimistic going into something. You know what I mean? Something that you don't really know. It's like the unknown shit. It's like, okay, like going into the next day, it's just a faith thing. You're just like, all right, cool. Like once I realized, okay, I can go out and just go do some shit in a different spot. It's like, oh, you could do this anywhere. Like you could set up shop anywhere and just turn up and get the music off, do whatever. It helps you with anything.
Yeah. So that's that's something looking back that you kind of learned that helped you out in the future.
Definitely.
Damn.
Definitely. My boy.
Shit. So moving over there, you said you were playing sports, you were playing like basketball. What was it? Did you have some sort of thing where you're like, fuck, I kind of want to head towards this, or I kind of want to?
Well, the basketball thing has always been like a big thing. Even when I was living out here first, when I was living out in California, I was living in Simi like right before I was living in Florida, and that I've always played basketball. Basketball has just always been a big culture thing for me in general. My family likes basketball. All my homies, that's one thing that we do. But getting into like actually doing like sports, I really honestly I learned early. I was like, you know what, I think that music is one of those things that I wanna do professionally. Like, you know, everybody wants to play basketball or do this or do that or play sports, like, or go somewhere with sports. Like if I played sports, it was always like fun. Like I'm pick up with my homies and like kick it. We just gonna go play at the park or go play at LA Fitness or do some shit like that. Yeah. And I played organized stuff like basketball for sure. Like, but it's just I learned that I wasn't gonna take it like as seriously to do anything with it. It would just be for something to work out or to hang out, get some cardio in or do some shit. You know what I mean? Like
for sure.
But that's really what sports is for me because I don't play any other sports really. I only play basketball. So it's like if I'm not playing basketball, I'm in the studio.
Oh, for sure.
That's really what it is. I mean, I haven't played in a long time. That's not now. That's like growing up. I was like only making music or playing basketball, and like I probably haven't played basketball in like 2 years maybe.
Oh, okay. What year did you were you out there, and or what year did you move? Do you remember?
Did I move from here to there the first time?
Yeah.
I think it was like 2004. I want to say 2004. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
2003 or 4. Yep. So I've been living out there.
Yeah.
For a long time.
I'm just curious because, or even just when the music started to like, when did you want to start making music?
That was probably like
after
maybe ninth grade. Ninth grade, I kind of like started messing with stuff because my my best friend at the time and my brother, like that's like who I started doing music with. We met for real in ninth grade. So like from then on, we had been making stuff, music stuff, and working on all kinds of shit, just
like
fucking
through
around.
MySpace or what? Like
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
MySpace.
Fucking MySpace,
yeah,
bro.
fucking MySpace, just dropping shit. But like at first, it wasn't even really dropping shit. That was just like we weren't even dropping shit on MySpace until like 10th, 11th grade. Like ninth grade is when I was like, okay, like I'm gonna probably like this is what I gotta do. Like I'm gonna do something for real. And then we started like realizing, okay, like this is where we could drop music. This is how to. We didn't even know how to mix music. We didn't even know how to do anything except for push the record and like get the mic to pick up the recording. Like so we were just doing it, and then my brother was messing around making beats and stuff, trying to make beats, like not anything that was like crazy good. We were just doing that and then looking online trying to find beats to just rap on, like, and that happened for maybe 2 years or so, and then we finally started releasing music, and then that's when I knew. I was like, okay, this is what I should be doing.
What's that? Were you guys using Audacity? I remember using Audacity, bro. Like
we were using fuck, I want to say we were using GarageBand, and we were using an M-Box, like a little M-Box Mini, like a little blue and gray little box.
Oh, like the interface.
Yeah, the little interface.
Oh, okay.
And then we were using GarageBand just to. I don't even like. What is Audacity? What's that?
Oh, it's basically like it's like a recording software.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
What's that?
Yeah.
Like a free program, yeah.
Yeah, hey, bro, it shows you how much I mix and master and engineer. I don't do shit. I just be making music.
Oh, I mean,
and I don't make beats either, so I don't know all the companies. I just know a couple of them.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, it just depends, like, what you want to do. Because for me, like, I love the process of like all that shit, like mixing, mastering.
Yeah,
like, all. Yeah,
that's fire, man. No, I've never like been technical with it, so I never really knew. But my brother was the one that was really trying to figure it out and actually like get it down so that he could do it for us, because I was always just the one that was like, I'll write something and I'll just record it, I'm down. Like it was just that, and then he was like, oh, I'll get all the other stuff, I'll do all the computer shit. It's like,
yeah,
all right. But yeah, it's probably like a while ago that I started doing that.
At least with fuck, is this switching? Check.
I don't know.
Damn it. At least with your latest project that you dropped, there's like the 3-6 Mafia, like Memphis style fucking influence. So was that a part of?
Yeah, that was definitely
Florida. What was it like over there, music wise?
That's probably what shaped everything that I listen to now. Yeah. I mean, moving over there like changed everything that I listen to like completely. I've just like, even now, like I only like certain types of music, like, and it's not because like I won't try to listen to something else or whatever. I like other things and I'll listen to other stuff, but like me, like when I go listen to music, I only listen to like 3 or 4 artists, and it's like South influenced, like Future and like Gucci and shit like that, Chief Keef type shit. Even though Chief Keef's from like Chicago, it's like that type of drill, that like grungy trap vibe. Like I wasn't into that when I was younger, like in California. And then like when I got there, I started learning about different niggas like Plies, and T-Pain was growing up when I was in like middle school, I think. Like different people like that type of influence of that type of music was crazy for me. And I was like, okay, you know what, like when I started making music, it was like, obviously everybody wants to rap, but like I wasn't always just rapping. I was kind of like trying to figure out how to make like trap bangers, you know what I mean? I was just trying to figure out like through beats and stuff. Even though I didn't know how to make this stuff, I would just try to partner with people that I liked their sound and made some type of bang in the beat, some type of 808, something that's crazy that I could, you know what I mean, that I could emulate the way that I like to listen to music, all the bass and all the, you know what I mean, crazy shit. So it's kind of like when it
has that balance too.
Yeah, exactly. I want it to be a club banger, but I don't want it to just be based in just this type of music. You know what I mean? I still want everybody to be able to dance to it and turn up and let it be played in the club and this and that. It's like one of those things. So that's what influences that type of stuff. Yeah, the 3-6 type.
Yeah.
Vibe.
I mean, like for me, I also listen to a lot of the DJ Screw, like Chopped and Screwed, the Florida scene, as far as like, I mean, like it's way later on, but like Puya and like like Suicide Boys around that area.
Oh
too.
yeah, I'm into that type of stuff too. I don't listen to it all the time, but I tell them all the time, like when Suicide Boys is performing at Rolling Loud, like I'm on the live thing, like watching them perform because I love they shit. Like the Suicide Boys, Puya, like Denzel Curry, a lot of like
Denzel, bro. Yeah, the whole Florida scene, bro.
Exactly, but even like niggas like Waka and like even people like when I was growing up, like those type of niggas like that were in that type of wild boy scene, like even at Atlanta niggas, you know what I mean, like all types of shit like that shit to me is like I just love that type of rap. Like I just love that type
and freaking Raider Clan too.
Raider Clan, yeah, and
Raider Clan.
I know I'm missing some people that I like that definitely helped influence like the way that I be listening to stuff. It's just it's a lot. But even people like Trick Daddy, like when I didn't know about no Trick Daddy. Like once I got to Florida, it's like, oh, that's a staple. That's that dude. You know what I mean? You don't even know really. Like I was probably 10, 11 years old. Like who the fuck? Like this man is crazy. This is fire. Like that type of shit. Like it just turned me into South trap like guru. That love of all that type of music, all that shit, Gucci and all that type of shit.
Damn. I mean, it's wild too because recently someone hit me up on Instagram and we kind of connected, and also he put me on to some Afro beats. It's like straight from fucking Africa.
Yeah, them Afro beats is crazy. I actually my homie made a few of those recently, and it just sounds crazy. Yeah, I couldn't do nothing to it, but it's like it's dope to listen to. It's fire.
Yeah,
it's cool.
Damn, different types of music, bro. It's dope. The influence as well.
Yeah, exactly. You gotta get the influence from all kinds of different shit. Definitely. If I had to sit here and think about it, I could pull out some names.
Even watching movies or different types of TV shows, everything, bro. Like everything.
Yes. We used to sit in the studio and watch Wolf of Wall Street just on mute. Like just on mute. Like we would just sit there and have it on, and it would just play and play and play and play, and we would just be working.
He's like, I'm not fucking leaving.
Yep, it's bro. That shit is so funny, bro. I love that movie. It's like that type of shit. Like even with Bam, my nigga, he'll put on stuff when he's working on shit. It just brings shit out. It just brings out different shit in you to help you fucking come up with some different inspiration or help you pull some shit out, because I'm not really good at that. I'm not really good at pulling a bunch of like things that have happened to me out. Like I feel like I have to like it like takes a moment in time for me to like be like transparent with that and like to rap about it or to like make a song about it. It's like I keep most of that stuff like just like in my head, but I don't think about it all the time. So it's like when it's time to pull out something to go make a song, I definitely got to get better at doing that, making the songs right when I'm going through some shit. So it's like right away, but I'm not, I don't, I don't use like recording my music as like
kind of like a
therapy. Yeah, I don't use that as that. And like, it's more like writing or doing this and that. And if I take the time to like write something, then it's like, okay, I'll record it when I'm ready, or I'll do this and that. But like, it's definitely watching stuff and like listening to stuff. Like Chris always tells me, he'll be like, oh, why don't you go listen to like something that you like that you like listening to, go listen to something for a little bit and then come back and then do it, so that I can get, you know what I mean, a little bit of a fresh mind going into songs.
Okay. Yeah. So I mean, it kind of makes sense that you say that, because it seems like every year you drop a project, because I kind of went through at least on Apple Music.
Yep.
It seems like just every year. So it's like I don't know if you drop singles or it's like more of an album like type vibe, because
that is a big thing with me. I like to take time in between shit. So like, if I'm gonna like go through a bunch of shit and then I'm gonna have time to write about it and then I'm gonna have time to make music about it and do all that stuff, it usually takes me about that amount of time, about a year. This last project, the only reason it was a 2-year gap this last time, but the only reason why it was a 2-year gap last time for real was just because, number one, I was going through a lot of shit and I was just like not in the mode of like making a bunch of songs. But that was like the second half of it. Second half of the 2 years. So one of those years. The other part of it was like me moving back here and like getting back to just being in California and just kind of because I would go back and forth to Florida all the time. So it's like I would stay there for a year. After I graduated, I would stay there for a little bit, come back, go, whatever. So when I came back, it was just like, okay, like I got to work on a project, but we're doing all kinds of stuff. And then all of our 7 record shit, all of my homies, we did summer tapes last year. We had a huge tour of shows last year. We did summer tapes volume 1, 2, and 3 basically with extended family. We did spooky season tapes, so we like were kind of busy. We were doing stuff with each other really just to kind of like drop projects together and kind of do videos together and do whatever. But then I just realized, okay, once we weren't gonna start this summer the same way and like do collab projects and do all that stuff. It was like, okay, me and Chris really had to, he was first right before me going into the summer, so he dropped his project and then I was due to drop mine right after.
Okay.
So I was like, all right, you know what? Like, it's time for me to lock in a little bit these last 3 months, work on a project, and then.
At least since it's so fresh. Bakk From the Dirt.
Yeah. The dirt.
I want to
Shout out to the dirt.
I want to fucking. What is that? Damn, that's
Shout
like
out
a
to
whole
the dirt.
That's the dirt.
Yeah, you know. But yeah, my boy, back from it. I'm back from it.
Yeah.
But that was what it meant. That was yes.
Okay. How was it coming into it? Did you have like songs fucking just ready? Did you have like a theme for it besides coming back from the dirt?
Yeah, the thing was, bro, like over that last year right before the project, like this past year right before the project came out, we had been using that as like an acronym for like, not an acronym, but as like a saying or slogan for like, after we get drunk as fuck and we wake up the next morning, we back out the dirt, we just looking at each other, we walk into the studio together and we're like, oh, we back from it, like we're out the dirt now. So it's like, so it started with that, and then like it just snowballed. I was just like, all right, like I just took the zombie aspect of it and ran with it. And I usually always have themes with my projects, so most people already knew me as the zombie, so it was kind of right to just do that and just like feed into it a little bit.
Yeah.
But like I hadn't dropped music in a while, so being back from the dirt is it just fit. It was just like, all right, like I'm gonna drop a project, and I know there's, you know what I mean, there's some people that have been waiting for me to drop more music. There's some people that have never heard my music, so it's like, okay, I just wanted to drop something that was lit. Turn up. That's really it. That's really where I was at. Honestly, I kept telling them I had like maybe 5 songs before, and I probably ended with like 20 something songs where we had to pick through, and then we cut it down, and then we cut it down to the 7 that it is. And I just kept asking them. I was like, yo, y'all got to help me because I need to find turnt beats. Like the songs that I had were not the types of vibes that I wanted on the project, like at all. Like I was like, all right, like I don't even got, like I want to do a whole trap project, really a turned up project, and how, like I don't got no songs for it. So that's about 4 months, probably about 4 months ago is when I started making the club songs, like the bigger songs. Like Window to the Wall was closer to the end of me making music, like for the project.
For that project.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then it's like Window to the Wall, On Demand. Like some of those songs were later in the process. I made those with Chris, like maybe the last, and Bam too, probably the last like 2 weeks right before the project was about to come out. I was like, I need some more songs. I need to put some, because we make a lot of music together. We're always making songs together, and we're always doing a lot of shit. So it's like me just making, like, locking in and, like I said, pulling stuff out to make solo songs. For me, I just hadn't been in that mindset recently. So I'm like, okay, just getting back into it for these last couple months just to finish this. It was refreshing. It was fun. It was like, okay, cool, I'm back at it. Like, let's just get to it, make you want to do other stuff, perform, and show people all the new songs and shit. Shit's fire. For
sure. That's how I feel like, that's how I felt too, because I was doing a lot of stuff with different projects, like the Street Crew tapes. We dropped the Halloween tape.
Yep. Yeah.
There was so much shit, and then this year was the year I was like, I'm just going to fucking just lock in.
I'm gonna lock in and do it.
Yeah.
You just got it. Yeah, you got to get back to it at some point. Like you could take your little bits of a little bit of time away, but then you got to get back to it. It's like,
yeah. Well, that too, and also I think I was talking with the homie, and we were saying that it's important to live life, because all that stuff, all those experiences, fucking shape a new person, and you can
exactly, bro.
Art.
It's the same, bro. That's part of the reason. Like when you were asking, like, has it been a year, 2 year, however? Like I always take a little bit of time to live my life and do stuff. Like even though I love doing music, and I'm always gonna do music, and I'm gonna always give people shit, and it's always gonna be how it is right now. It's always just gonna be that.
Yeah.
I'm still gonna take time. You know what I mean? To live life so I can take those experiences and actually make something for real out of them. Because it's like, for me, if I don't do that and I spend all my time just trying to pull things out, I'm just going to be repeating myself a lot. So it's like I've already tried to do that before, where I'm like, do the same thing over and over and over. And it ain't going to get you nowhere. You gotta have a different thing. And even if I do at some point, like, change up how I do make stuff and start making stuff all the time or this and that, I'm still gonna take time off. You know what I mean? You still always gotta have a little bit of time off to be like, okay, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna get this done, life shit, handle your shit, and then get back in, get in the bag that you need to get into to make your music.
Yeah. And okay, so you said you had 20 songs, and then from that, how was the process of just choosing those 7 songs that you like, you guys sat down and listened to all of them?
Yeah, we do that for everybody, like everybody on our label. Yeah, we listen to everybody's shit like together. When somebody's about to drop a project, it's like we're all like tuned in. We're like, okay, this is what we like, this is what we don't like. So Uno, Mike, Valley, Chris, Bam, Mike June,
David James,
yeah, everybody, all my homies, everybody, they all helped me make stuff, because OG was we made, actually the song that I made with OG is probably the last song that got on the project, because because he was over at the house, and we made fun fact, we made that song and then we remade the song again. So like, if y'all go, we redid it. We did it a different way after, because like I didn't like how I did some of the hooks. He was like, I got to do something different with the verses, and then we just both switched it up and just changed it up, and that was the last song that we made. And it was like probably a few days before I dropped the project that we finished that shit. And he helped me. Like, we made multiple songs as well, and then he was like, yeah, this is the one. This one's dope. And I'm like, yeah, this one's dope too. And yeah, the process is just all of us. We just listen to it, and then we cut it down, and we put the half of the songs or whatever, say we hear them all, and there's 20, and everybody likes half the songs. Okay, we put those in a playlist, look at those, listen to those, try to move them around.
Arrangement too.
Yeah,
like
arrangement.
How's the arrangement as well?
Uno, that's my. Yeah. I mean, Uno does all that stuff. I mean, other like the stuff that we're talking about, like listening to the songs and like doing that stuff, and who's in the room and stuff. Everybody be in the room. We all just be doing stuff when everybody's around. But as far as like who gets to like who I give the control to do that, I just trust Uno doing it. I just rather him do it. So he gets it right. He has the ear for doing it. That's one of my best friends. So it's like, all right, I trust you. Just however you want to do it, let's do it. And if he thinks like we all together collectively think like, okay, this is a good performance song, this is something that we should keep out for this is something you should use for something else, this is exactly one of those just cool little processes. That's what I missed though. I definitely missed being with my brothers, listening to not just my music, but we was listening to, I mean, half the songs that I had, I'd be doing them with my niggas. So it's like we're listening to all of the shit. So we listen to verses from Chris that we did 4 months ago. We listening to Stevie verses. We listening to all the homies. We be on the songs. So it's cool. Yeah.
Because I know OG was coming off of a project as well.
Yeah, my brother. Yeah, we dropped a day apart, I think. Yeah.
Oh shit.
that's why we both. Yeah, me. That's my brother. Like it wasn't supposed to be planned like that. It ended up happening. But yeah, no, my nigga OG. Shout out to OG. That's my brother. I love that dude.
Yep.
That's my boy. But yeah, we ended up dropping super close.
That's dope.
But now we both going crazy. It's all good. Shout out to my boy because he's turning up.
Yeah.
He got some new shit coming out too. Some new videos and stuff. That's my nigga.
Yeah, bro. Freaking OGs. He's a fucking. He's a beast.
He is, man. He's
Yeah.
he's workhorse, man. He's sliding.
So Jay Uno and the entire Seven Records team.
Yep.
How did you end up meeting with just everyone? And like, how was that?
I've been friends with Uno. I've been friends with Uno for probably, I don't even know, probably like 6-7 years, and we've been doing this ever since like the first year that we've been friends. So we've been doing the whole Seven Records thing. He started it with my brother Matt, and Matt is who produced pretty much for the whole group, and he mixes and masters all of our stuff. Like, that's my brother Matt. And I'm trying to think. I lost my train of thought. What was the question again, my brother?
About meeting Jay Uno and the entire
okay.
Seven
That's
Records
what I was
team.
saying,
Yeah.
because I was thinking, I'm like, Matt, I've known Matt for maybe the longest amount of time. So it's probably been 15 years or so, that I've known Matt. And he was a friend of one of the people that was on my basketball team back when I lived out here in California. So when I finally moved from Florida back out here, I connected with Uno and my cousins and everybody again, and they just ended up being mutual friends, and we just all wanted to do music. So once Uno decided that he was going to start Seven Records with Matt, I was right there with him. So we've kind of been doing Seven Records, the three of us together, for a while.
Yeah, because and then Chris had mentioned that
We've known
everyone
Chris for just as long.
Yeah, everyone has known each other for a very long time.
Mm-hmm. We've known Chris for just as long, and that's what's crazy. I mean, not me specifically, but Matt and some of the other homies have. And I met Chris way before he was part of Seven. Like, I've known Chris for a while, so it's like, like now everybody kind of just organically, we're all friends and stuff, and we're all either family or friends of friends from back in the day. So
Yeah,
it's kind of a whole it's a whole collective. But
that's dope, man.
that shit's fire.
Who's doing the podcast?
Which one?
You guys have the Seven Records. You guys have the Seven Records podcast?
Yeah, we have the Seven Spill. So that's our like collective podcast, and then my brother Uno has Uno and Friends podcast. So we have that one, and then that one. And then what else are we doing? What else? It's just those two right now. Yeah, and we're planning a couple other things. I know that like Bam has some stuff in the works. Uno has some other stuff in the works. I'm trying to do some stuff. We got a whole bunch of things going on. All the homies, and then Mike and JD, them niggas, they got fucking Davis Bros. Davis Bros is their podcast, and they stream on Twitch and play video games and do all kinds of cool shit. So,
what was it, Davis Bros?
Davis Bros, yeah. So both of them, my brother Mike Valley and JD, they both have their brothers, and they doing their podcast together on Twitch. So, but yeah, those are the only ones we really be promoting like that. Those three. For sure. The Seven Spill is gonna come back soon. I'm not exactly sure what date, but it's coming back soon.
Yeah, it's cool, man. Fucking just seeing everyone and you guys move as a unit, and like I think that's the best way to go about it. It's just so powerful.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think that everybody needs structure in some way. You know what I mean? As far as like with the job that we're doing, as far as making music and trying to make it into a career and doing it the way that we're doing it, everybody needs that. You got to have that group of people, and everybody got to push each other to do different shit. So
exactly, because I was reading the Logic book, and he was talking about how when he was coming up, everyone had a specific role that they were doing. Like fucking Six was a producer, Logic, and he had like a manager. He had all this stuff, and everyone was putting their best foot forward. But like, and it's what you guys are doing as well. Everyone's like fucking just putting their best foot forward and doing what they're passionate about.
Yep, exactly. And I think that's the main thing, playing your role and knowing where you're supposed to get in. You know what I mean?
With basketball, bro, it's the same shit.
It's the same shit, bro. That's what I'm saying. Those things, bro, like that's the same shit with moving to Florida, like, and being in a new spot. You know what I mean? Just knowing where to fit into shit and knowing where to, you know what I mean, be reserved and look and listen and then watch, you know what I mean, to see how things are supposed to be moving, and then you can get a little bit more of a gauge of where you're supposed to be at. And like, it makes it easier when you're working with a bunch of people, because like, you know what I mean, like when you're doing it by yourself, well, there's really no way to do it by yourself, number one, and number two, like you have to, like, you get to people to pick up where you're not great at, you know what I mean. It's like some of those people, like some of the friends that you have and people that are around, like they don't have the same common goal, but then when you have the people that's with you that's doing the same thing as you, is whatever you're not good at, they gonna pick it up. When it comes to just regular shit, it could be business stuff, it could be making music, it could be as simple as like, I can't sing the hooks, so he does it instead. You know what I mean? Or I'll rap the verse, I'll do this, and we just do it the right way.
Even we were talking with Chris as well about just being honest, and how like you may make a song and it's like, fuck, this is the hardest shit ever, but then you fucking play it for everyone else, they're like, nah, what the fuck is
this? Shit sucks. Like, yeah, bro, we're so funny with each other because we're super transparent. Like, that's good. We leave like we'll be reserved on certain stuff, like, but most of the time people are honest. We're just like, nah, like, hey, bro, like, I definitely like the other one better than I like that one. Like, if we're gonna be picking shit, like, I picked that one, I don't pick this one. Like, and we're really like that. So that shit's funny as fuck. But that comes with, like I said, it's just working with a team. You can't take no constructive criticism. Then you need to get your ass on somewhere.
For sure, nah, for real.
You need to get right.
Yeah, no, for real, for real.
That's how it's supposed to be, man. It's supposed to get better at this shit.
Nah, yeah, that's how it is, bro. And
hell yeah.
And like and not even, I mean, everyone knows this, but not taking it to heart, like fucking just really like thinking about it.
No, I think that's exactly. I think that's the biggest part, because it's not, bro, ain't nobody, you got to trust that the people you got around you, I mean, unless you just putting anybody around you, I don't know what you on, but if you got to trust that the people around you want what's best for you.
For sure, so, for sure.
Excuse me. So it's like, I trust my niggas, like, I trust my dogs. So I ain't gonna put nobody around me that can't motherfucking do shit for themselves, that can't do nothing, you know, can't get money, can't fight. No, I'm just playing. I ain't gonna put my niggas I trust all my niggas with everything, bro.
Yeah.
So it's number one. That's how you gotta do it.
Oh, for sure. And I mean, I kind of want to follow the timeline. So you come back to Cali, and then how was it coming back?
Coming back, it's like, crazy.
I mean, go ahead.
No, what were you gonna say?
No, I was just gonna say, you probably you knew people already, so it shouldn't be that bad.
Yeah, it wasn't. It was easier definitely coming back, because like I had family members and stuff here, and because I didn't really go to school here that much. Like I went up until like 5th grade or some shit like that, but I wasn't friends with none of those people still by the time that I came back, because I was out of high school. So it was like, all right, well, like the people that I was cool with was like my cousins and the people that, you know what I mean, that I are in my family and shit. And then I had a few friends like from that I had known from right before I moved to Florida, but it was straight. It was, my dad had always lived here, so I was always back and forth here regardless. Like both of those spots have been central places for me, like in my whole life. I've probably lived half of my life in both places, you know what I mean? So it's like I kind of have love for both places. And when I was coming here, I wasn't really sure like what I was going to be doing here until I got into meeting my cousin's friends, which is Uno and all those people. And I knew Matt from before, like I said, that I had moved out here. And he was just meeting Uno. So it was like, once I met Uno and then we were kicking it and then we pulled up at the same spot, then Matt was there, and then I was like, wait, I've known Matt for like ever. So it was a organic. Whole bunch. That's the longest person, like that's probably my longest friend, like that I've known for the longest, that I'm still friends with, is probably Matt.
Shit.
I don't know that many other people that I'm cool with.
Be
weird. But it was cool.
So what year was that?
Let me think. Because like I said, I've gone
the
back and forth.
timeline, bro,
I've gone
yeah.
back and forth so many times. Like it don't even like, it's so hard to think about it. When I moved back and met like Uno and them, like when I was like for real back for the first time was probably like 2015 maybe. Yeah, 2015. Yeah, because that's around the time that we started all this stuff. Yeah.
You said 2015?
15. Yeah, so we probably
okay.
yeah. That's around the time all the 7 stuff started, like 2016.
Yeah.
2015, 2016, somewhere around there.
So okay, and then I think I want to say at least the first album on Apple Music was the Pack.
Yes, it is. Yeah, yeah, you're right, my man.
I know. I did a little bit of research.
My boy.
It was it 2018 or 2019? I think it was 2019, right?
2019, I think it was 19, and then 2020 Crystal Lake came out. Yeah, it was 2020 or 2019. Yep, you're right.
Okay.
You're right. And that was like the first project, like that was a real project for me that I was like, okay, like let's put some actual thought into, like, and Uno was like 100% the one that helped me put everything together, like him and Matt. That was like, that's my shit. Pack's like my little baby.
Yeah. I mean, the beats and stuff, are you getting we were talking with Chris as well. You guys have a producer.
Yeah.
That's
Bill. That's
Bill,
Matt.
okay.
Yeah. That's
Matt,
we call him Bill. That's what we call him. But I mean, some
okay.
people do. But yeah. So this. But that's Matthew Aaron. He produced a lot. Actually, for that specific album, he probably produced like half of it, maybe a little less than half of it as far as the beats go. But he mixed like everything and kind of like made everything what it was, like made the project what it was, and Uno like did arrangement and fixed everything and whatever. But I was living in Florida at that time. We had already met, so me and Uno, I was already part of 7 at that time.
So you made that in Florida?
Yeah, I was.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I was living yeah, because I didn't start working on that stuff. Like the last songs that really made it on that project were like Mike Vick, which that ended up, that was the last song that I made when I first moved back here. Like I had made all the other songs. Like the Pack got released when I was still in Florida, and I was already like, we had already like locked in and stuff. But like I said, I go back and forth a lot. So right after we made 7 records, it was like 2 or 3 years, and then I moved back to Florida in 2018 or some shit like that, 2019, and then made that album, and then didn't move back until we had everything set up here, like to where I could move back here and live with Uno, and like we've lived together ever since. So it's like, it's just
shit.
We got a whole bunch of shit going.
Yeah.
we had to get it all set up and stuff. But yeah, the Pack was in Florida for sure.
Damn. So you guys were just sending stuff back and forth?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what I was about to say. A lot of those songs that you hear me and Uno and Matt on together, we sent them. I sent verses. I would go and record verses, or I'd record verses at my house, and I'd just send it to them, and then Matt would just do shit to them. There's actually songs that I made that Matt completely took and made remixes to the whole entire song, the whole entire beat, changed around where the verses go, did everything without me even. I didn't even know. Like he just did it, like, because there wasn't that many songs that we had together. So when we was like trying to put songs together to put songs on that project, we were like, okay, I would send them beats and I'd be like, I want you to get on this, I want you to get on this, and they're like, these don't sound like what, like we have a collective sound, me, him, 7, all of us, the gang, like we have a collective sound together. So if it don't sound like that and Matt don't really put his like touch on it, then it's like, okay, like we kind of just like, okay, like let's do this or that, unless we're like really collabing with a specific artist. Like say you're like, I want to work with you on a project. Matt's not gonna come and be like, I'm gonna be the last one to touch it. Like it's only in our you know what I mean, our thing, like how we run when we're making music together. That's just how it is. So it's like, if I'm gonna send my brothers a beat that I want them to get on, they gonna get on it, and if the song's hard, cool. But we're not worried about the beat because Matt produces. So Matt can literally, he could strip down anything and make something brand new to it, same tempo. As long as I send them the tempo, as long as I rap on beat, and and send them what it is, we can make a beat to a vocal. So it doesn't like that stuff's happened. That's how some of those songs on the pack are, honestly.
Oh shit.
I didn't even write those songs to those beats. Like he did it himself and made it into whatever it was.
Yeah. There was a certain song, I think it was on the pack that stood out.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I knew the name, but just the beat was fucking dope on that one.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if it's one of Matt's beats. I wouldn't be surprised for real, because he slid on a couple of those. There's a few of those that were just crazy, like crazy ass beats. But yeah, it's all him.
It's
all
sure.
him.
And okay, then Crystal Lake. So Crystal Lake, and then even like your Instagram, it has a theme, and Crystal Lake was.
That was a big thing at the time, yeah. That's the Crystal Lake thing that's if anybody knows like the horror movie shit, that's what we are, like the nightmare shit. That's like the whole Seven shit that's what we are. So I just like bit into the Freddy and Jason type vibe, and that was where I was at for that whole year working on that album. Like I was just
do some method acting,
bro. I would literally, like, that's what I mean, bro. I literally take like you're right, bro. I don't know. I literally take that on, and like every day I would post Freddy. I would post red pictures of Freddy. I would post things that were like just nightmare-ish, you know what I mean? And I would do that leading up like to the theme for Crystal Lake, and Crystal Lake was just that was just me making a project that had to follow up. That's in my head. That's how I felt. Like I was like, okay, this project has to be better than the next project, even regardless of what, you know what I mean, what type of songs go on here. It was a melting pot of songs. It wasn't gonna be all this or all melodic songs or all this. Like I was rapping a little bit in the beginning, and then you got the middle songs where it's kind of okay, and then you got the songs where I'm actually singing some shit at the end, and it's that actually I kind of wanted to put a little bit of
some diversity.
Some diversity in it, give people a little bit of what I can do. And then it was crazy because it's like people liked one of each. There's 7 songs, but they liked like 1 or 2. Some people liked 3, but it was like one of the rap songs and one of these songs, like one of the singer songs, like it's kind of like a mix of both. And I was like, okay, like that kind of helped out with the whole Crystal Lake aspect of where that project got me to when I dropped it. It's like, okay, that it kind of did exactly what I wanted it to do. It just gave people some diversity.
Damn, yeah, like just putting yourself in that mind state. I want to know, even just after you dropped it, was there still some sort of like fucking shit like that followed after?
Yeah, like the Freddy vibes. Yeah, like yeah. Things get a little bit dark where we at, but
that's part of it, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We good, like we good, like this shit. It helps us get into the next bag, and that's what what took me so long, because I couldn't get out of like I was trying to figure out what was gonna be the next thing after the Freddy thing, and so it's like, do I keep writing this and keep on posting Freddy shit, and then like drop Crystal Lake 2 like next year or something? Like it was different things were in my head, and I was like, nah, like, and then it didn't work out that first year. Then the second year came, and we were doing summer tape shit and this and that and all this shit, and it was like, oh, like I'm not even ready to do all that stuff. So it's like the Crystal Lake holdover. It's like you have to mark every time you drop. It like marks a point. You know what I mean in your life.
That's what we talk about. Yeah. Where an album is sort of like a fucking time capsule into like a certain period of time. Yes, sir.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like one of those things. I can like remember little things that we were talking about that before when we were gonna do a podcast about albums before the last album. Like that's what Uno was gonna do. He wanted to talk about other shit, and once he realized like, okay, like it's hard to go back and like figure out what mindset I was in when I made Crystal Lake. It's hard for me. I can't really like remember what I was doing or what I did daily to like make the songs that I made that ended up getting on Crystal Lake. But it was just a time. I don't know. It was just a time in my life, and that's just what came out of it. And when I hear those songs back, I remember things, and I'm like, that's why I said that a certain way, because I wouldn't say that now. It's like, or I don't feel that way now. You know what I mean? I did feel that way with this girl or with this person or this friend or, you know what I mean, this relationship that I had with somebody, but now I don't feel like that. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like different things put me in a thing, and then that's where you reflect and you look at it and you're like, damn, that's the spot that I was in, and that's the way I was thinking. You talking about some crazy ass shit, and then you bring it to now and you talking about some like even more crazy shit or some lighter hearted shit. Yes. Yeah. And then you realize like, nigga, I was on some shit. Like I was on some shit. Like you realize, damn, like I was wilding. Like you just saying certain shit. And that's why I think it's important, just like tattoos, to take a lot. Like I take like 4 or 5 years between when I get tattoos, because I'll get all my tattoos at the same time. So it's like I get them all, and then I'll take a little bit, and then I'll get all of them, and like 5 years later, because it's just things just change for me. And I would just rather I write everything that I think that I want as a tattoo in a note. Like I have a bunch of notes of a bunch of tattoos I want, but I'll only pick out pieces when I'm ready to go get tattoos, and then I'll pick out the pieces that influence how I'm feeling. You know what I mean? Because you can get something,
you'll get a tattoo and
that
like
you
fucking
don't feel
5 years later,
exactly.
You're like, why the fuck did I get this?
Exactly. And it's like, to avoid that, I'm not really the type of person to regret shit anyway, so I got random ass tattoos anyway, so I really don't care. I do care what goes on my body, but depending on where you put it, it really don't matter. Like people not gonna know, you know what I mean, if you put it in the certain spot. It's never gonna be seen. So it's like, other than that, like I think that's the mindset that I use when it comes to like making music and tattoos type shit like that. It's just like I'll take a little bit more time to reflect on it, because if I just really like dropped music like how I wanted to, I'd look back a year and be like, I should have never dropped half of those songs. Just because it's like you need more. Like it's just the way that you do stuff and the way that we roll out stuff and the way that like you want to be portrayed, you know what I mean, as an artist, and you want people to be accepting of what you do. You gotta appeal to what people want too. So if you don't give people enough time to digest things that you're doing, then it's easily overlooked. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, you got a new thing, you got this, and that's just how I feel about it. It takes a little bit more time to absorb shit. You know what I mean? So it's like right now, if I were to drop 5 other mixtapes in between Crystal Lake and Bakk From the Dirt, who says we would be talking about Crystal Lake?
Yeah.
And what if that's like one of the most things that I wanted people to know? You know what I mean? Things that are in that album. You know what I mean? So it's like there's, like I said in the beginning, there's people that don't know my music, haven't heard it once, don't even know who I am at all. And then there's people that have heard it and want music from me. And you know what I mean? There's people that don't want music from me.
Yeah.
That's fine. But the people that haven't heard it, that's what it's for. And for me to, you know what I mean? That's, I want people to go back and listen to those things and see the growth and see like what I'm talking about now and where I'm at, you know what I mean? And it gives you more of a timeline, like you're saying. It gives you a timeline rather than all of 2019 I was doing all this, and then all of 2020 I was doing all this, 2021 I was doing all that. No, I can compartmentalize it a little bit different when I just use the themes and the way that I drop music to make the longevity stretch. You know what I mean?
It seems like just like a for you, it seems like a theme or some sort of structure is what fucking helps out with what you put out and shit.
Yeah, because like it's like making movies. It's like doing stuff. Like if I don't have that influence to do it, then I don't want to just be releasing songs. Like we make music all the time. I could release songs all the time if everybody, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But not only is people like, it's not like people aren't asking for that, but there's the same people that had just heard my Bakk From the Dirt still haven't even heard the pack. You know what I mean? There's people that have heard Crystal Lake that haven't heard Bakk From the Dirt because they were tuned in then, but they're not tuned in right now. So for me to just flood when the job's not finished, Like, I'll flood y'all when we got 2 million fans. When everybody listening, then y'all can get shit whenever you want it.
Yeah.
But why would I keep on flooding when I still need all the stuff that was out heard? You know what I mean? I still want everybody to enjoy all the stuff that we've done, you know what I mean, that we have put out. Because summer tapes, even that type of stuff, those songs are so hard, people don't even know that those are out. People don't even know that if you go and type in 7 records on our thing, we have 4 albums of us together. That's 50 songs. You want to go listen to me, then you haven't heard me. I'm on 40 of them. So you could go listen, you know what I mean? You could listen to me, you could listen to Chew, you could listen to Chris, and it's that reason why I feel like we take a little bit of time between our drops. All of us do. We don't really drop back to back albums. When did you, Chris? You dropped in November, right? You dropped before that. So it took almost a year for him to even. We're here now, and he just dropped in July. So it's like, nah, like we're not about to just drop. When he dropped his project, people were like, oh, CLS, blah blah blah. He's like, I've been selling merch and doing all this shit. Like, bro, y'all not even, people didn't even hear that. So it just makes it better when you have, you know what I mean? When you have that, it's like, okay, cool. Like, I got something to show you niggas already.
Yeah. Well, what I find interesting too is that when we're going to get into that.
Hey, my boy.
Let me get some of that, bro.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Try not to fucking get the white shirt.
That's, bro, I told Chris the same thing. That shit is fire, though. It tastes like juice, my boy. We out here sliding off the caramello. No, I'm just playing. No, I'm not playing. They gonna sponsor us eventually.
No, so yeah, sponsor fucking Happy Dad.
Hey, that's the type of shit you need.
Hey, there's some Japanese wine too, bro. It's really
Japanese
good.
wine. I'll try it with you.
Yeah. Fuck, I don't have any right now, bro. But
Oh, okay.
fuck.
Yeah.
But yeah, no,
I'll try
fucking
one of
soon.
these days. I'll be with you. We gonna figure out some shit too.
Well, we have some stuff
we
that we're gonna fucking work on too.
Yeah, we're working on some shit together too.
Yeah.
But what were you gonna ask me? You were about to say something.
Fuck,
You
what was it?
we about to
I
start
fucking
something.
forgot.
Was it about the drink?
Fuck, what was it? Damn.
I don't remember. Hold
on. What were we talking about before? I was about to bring something up.
Not taking that much time making albums, and,
or
taking more time making albums, like when Chris's album came out.
Okay, yeah, I remember now.
Okay.
What I find interesting is that, you know, we have our solo projects, everyone, and then when we come with a group, for me at least, there's a different type of energy that comes out when you're working with a group, and like, I think. Yeah. I don't know. It brings a different side out of you too.
Yeah, it does. You get to back to what we were saying again. With like if you're slacking on something or you're not as good at something, and then your homies can come and kind of save the day and kind of bring the morale back up by being like, oh, bro, I got you. Like, I could do this, or this is how you got to do this, or whatever. If you don't have that and you're just in the studio, just sitting there by yourself, like. It's amazing. That's how people do come up with great stuff like that.
Yep.
But that doesn't mean that having people around you should be closed off the same way. When you have people around, you should utilize them, and when there's nobody around, do it yourself. It's not. It's an adjustment. It's like it's so dope to be able to do that when you're with homies and when you're with people. Like, because we did Use 1 together, we did Use 2 together. Those are our two collab projects before we were even, like, we were 7 Records, but it was before, like, we became, like, big, I guess you could say, like, a bigger collective, like, with more people, not bigger, like in popularity, but I mean, like, bigger, like in quantity, like, when we got bigger, it was like, okay, like, that's where we were at. But before that, like, we had 2 collab projects before with just 5 of us basically on them. And then we did summer tapes, and we had 4 of those. So it's like, once we did all that, like, having that vibe with each other, we realized, like, okay, this is why we like doing this together. Because somebody gonna pick up, you know what I mean? Stevie's gonna drop 6 verses today, and Chris is gonna write to every song that comes on, no matter what. So he's gonna be able to, he'll be able to give, if he don't want to be on a song, he'll be able to give, like, what he did for the song to somebody else and be like, this is what I think you should do. We could change your lyrics and do this and that or whatever. Like, we help each other with so much shit, like, and do stuff together all the time. Like, it's just, like, bro, we wouldn't, like, that's how we make,
that's amazing. Yeah,
we make hits like that, bro. Why would we not? Like, why would we not work with each other?
That's amazing.
That's what we do.
and just like, I can compare it to everyone here at the studio. It's just like, people will bring certain like sides out of you, or like, people will have like Adaptive, fucking shout out to Adaptive. We'll have him, and we'll be like, he, like, it would inspire everyone to just fucking go hard as well.
Oh yeah, that's my nigga. Shout out to Heck.
Yeah.
Shout out to my boy. Man, it's always good seeing, bro. But no, that's bro. We talk about his group shit all the time, and how everybody, man, everybody, like, he be making these, like, he's in these groups, like, with different people, like, and he's doing these different things, and it's like so dope. Like, he doesn't stop at just, I'm gonna be Heck Adaptive, like, by myself. Like, he just does other shit, you know what I mean? He'll fucking go and do this shit with Funk and them, and come over here and fuck with y'all. He doing all kinds of shit. And shout out to all them niggas, though. Shout out to Contra. Shout out to fucking Crazy P1 P3. That's my nigga.
Yeah. Hey, there was a song on fucking on the latest album, the side project with Conman and Miggy. Mm-hmm. The fucking pipe track, Crazy Pipe track on that song is fucking crazy.
That's my nigga, bro. He nice, bro.
Yeah.
I fucks with him, bro. He's nice. I don't know if I've heard it specifically, but I've heard so many random things, especially like even through we just had Summerfest this past
I was gonna ask you about that.
Yeah, no, we just had Summerfest. It was awesome. It was dope, man. It was year 2. It was just a great experience. My brother Chris and all my homies, like, we all have our little foot in it, and getting things right and doing stuff. So it's just it's rewarding to see. It's dope to see that we can put our names behind something fun, for sure, and something good for the community and for artists and for music and for all that. For sure.
I mean, at least, cause is it everyone that's running it, or is it mostly whatever? Yeah, right. But how was it, right? How was it compared to the first event?
It's hard to compare. It's hard to compare year 1 and year 2. I don't know. I'm trying to think, because everything. Yeah, it was better, but
like, just like stuff that you learned.
Like, you're never gonna. Yeah, you learn more. Yeah. Everything. That's why it was better. No matter what, it was better. It's supposed to be better every year. It was better. But it was like something that, like, we didn't we weren't sure when it first happened, when it was first going, how it was gonna go. So it was like, all right, like, the anticipation and what you get out of it afterward is like crazier when the anticipation is so high. Like, we knew that we could get it done this time. So we had planned way ahead of time. Like, there's things that needed, you know, I mean, like, the homies and stuff, like, because it's like, for me, like, I only get to see like bits and pieces of the shit. My homies, like, some of my homies are the ones that really actually run this shit. Like, so it's like, I get to learn from them and then get my input and put my input based on what I see from last year, what we see from this year. Our photographers, bam, everybody gets to put in their input on what we think should be a good idea. And we have all of our friends and family and people that we fuck with, and there's like even Contra, them niggas is part of it. Like, you seen him post, and he's out there doing all the shit. Like, all of it, we have a bunch of niggas that's part of this shit. And people may not even think that it's us, you know what I mean? They'd be like, okay, maybe it's not this person or this person, but that's what it's about. It's just about highlighting everybody, you know what I mean? Everybody, not just us, not 7 Records. It's everybody. It's anybody that's put a foot in helping us. Like, we wouldn't have a venue if it wasn't for VBC. Like, niggas wouldn't have a lot of shit, you know what I mean? Like, so it's like, we just everybody works together to make something good for everybody.
Oh yeah, for sure, bro. And that community aspect too.
And everybody was fucking fire this year, by the way.
That's fucking dope, man.
Dope. It was fucking turnt. Shit was lit. I was drunk. I'm always drunk. So shit was lit, bro. You know, I'm holding the bottle like, fuck it, here you go.
Yeah, let me get some more of that.
Yeah, I got you, my boy. Hey. But yeah, man, this shit is lit, man. I like what you got going on here, my boy.
Thank you, bro. and it's cool just being able to just talk to fucking just mad people, bro, and just
That's what's the best, man. That
Yeah.
networking aspect of like the festival, because like all these artists, bro, like there's a lot of artists that have never performed before, so they got to perform, like, you know what I mean, they get to perform for their first time over there, and it's like, damn, like, you giving opportunities to people, bro, like people having fun, like we having fun, bro, like everybody, it's just a great event. There's good food, bro, like people selling shit, bro. You can get a sweater if you need to. You can get fucking a hoodie if you need to. You can get t-shirts. You can get nice food. You can get you can get your hair cut, bro.
you guys had a barber out there?
Yeah, bro. We had a barber. Shout out to Dom, bro.
That's fucking
Shout
hard.
out to my boy Dom. I've known him for a while too. That's one of the people I've known for a minute.
That's
but yeah,
hard.
that nigga was out there cutting hair. We had hella shit going on, bro. Catering trucks and Smooth's Kitchen making fried chicken sandwiches and wilding, bro. It was nice, man.
That's
we
amazing.
turned up.
That's amazing.
We turned up.
Yeah. Do you have any? Well, we're gonna work on some stuff, but do you have any other stuff that you're working on? Or 7 Records? Anyone that you want to promote?
I'm trying to think. We don't really have a schedule for who's dropping recently.
Just know a big drop's coming.
Yeah, something big is coming. Yeah, something big's coming by the end of the year for sure. Definitely. One of my brothers is dropping for sure at near the end of the year. I'm trying to think of what else we got going on. I'm gonna drop a deluxe to
I saw that.
to Bakk From the Dirt, and add some new songs to it and kind of flip it around a little bit, give people a little bit, because it had been 2 years since I had dropped, so I was like, all right, I'll give a little bit more on the deluxe, and then switch it up a little bit. But yeah, I'm just gonna work on like doing the videos and the other stuff. We've been performing ever since fucking Summerfest. We just been performing weekly, doing all kinds of different stuff. So I'm trying to get the promo and all the extra stuff that I'm doing for the album to get heard by everybody.
Yep.
That's where we're at right now. So I'm like I said, I don't like going right back into dropping stuff, but since I'm in that mode right now, it's like, okay, let me get this deluxe done.
Yep.
Let me get this out, and then what we talked about, like working on what we're about to work on, different shit, like doing other videos and doing other stuff. Like that's where I'm really at now, like until it's time to get back in and work on music again. So.
I mean that whole process of dropping an album and like the marketing, the music videos, and the fucking all that shit. Man. There is.
It's a lot, dog. It's a lot.
But it's
rewarding though.
It is rewarding, and it's cool being able to even hear opinions on what you put out too. Like
exactly.
Like someone mentioned something in like that you meant to put in there, and they noticed that. It's super cool.
Yep, exactly. And that's why part of the reason why I said I like to give people a little bit of time to digest this stuff. There's no telling who's going to ever hear your shit, you know what I mean, and when. You know what I mean? You don't know when somebody's going to hear your shit, or like it's just going to happen like organically. So you just got to give people stuff to hear, because then they'll go back and they'll hear some stuff that you wanted them to listen to. You know what I mean? You wanted them to. There's things that you say in records and stuff that means stuff to you, that when people finally do hear it, it's like, yes, this is dope. Like, if I were to show you a song right now and you related to something that I talk about, it make me feel good.
Yeah.
Because that's my purpose. Is to say something that, you know what I mean? That's the reason why I only listen to what I listen to, because it makes me feel a certain type of way.
Yeah.
I'm not to say I won't listen to this that R&B, rock, country, this that. I'll listen to all of it. I'm cool with every type of music. Yeah. It's just me. When I'm gonna sit down and listen to something and get inspired, I want to hear my niggas, the 2 or 3 people that I fuck with, and then it's like, okay, cool. Now I'm back. Let's get it. Like. And that's like, you want to be that type of person for somebody, you know what I mean? When you make music, you want to be one of those, like, even if you're not trying to be the best artist ever, you know what I mean? You want to be a person that is relatable, because even if you're just doing stuff that you want people to like it too, you know what I mean? So it's like, if somebody just likes it, one person just likes it, then it's okay. It's like, that's what I made it for. I made it for you, my boy. Like, the person that does like it, the person that fucks with it, that's what I made it for.
Yeah, and then also it's a matter of being. I feel like being truly yourself.
Yep, I agree.
Like putting yourself into a project, and then other people relate to that as well. That are supposed to, or that are on the same fucking wave. You know.
Yep. No,
Yeah,
you're right. I do agree with that. That's that shit, man. That's where we gotta be at, bro.
For sure. All right. Well, we're gonna end this right here.
Yeah. Where we at? How long we been in here?
We're at an hour and 8 minutes.
Oh man, that's good, bro. We had a nice little conversation. It's
Yeah.
dope to come in here and kick it with you, bro.
Yeah.
I like kicking it with you, talking about this shit.
For sure, bro. I appreciate it.
Yeah, of
As
course,
well.
man. I appreciate
you guys as well, everyone.
Nah, man. Shout out to my brothers, man, that came with me. Shout out to my brother B Dale. We got some stuff coming, so I gotta get a little bit of planning done with my boy.
Yeah.
And then we got some stuff for y'all. So.
And then anywhere people can follow you guys, 7 Records, you.
Everyone. Yeah. You can follow us at It's 7 Records. You can follow me at Phyllis Driller. You probably gonna have to, if you don't know me, you're gonna have to figure out how to fill it.
I'll put it in the description.
Yeah, you're gonna have to figure out how to spell that. My boy. And the whole team, man, go on 7 Records fucking Instagram and follow everybody. Follow all the fucking shit we got going on. We got podcasts, we got videos, we got fucking everything, man. We got new music coming, all that stuff, man. There's a lot of stuff.
For sure.
I appreciate you, man.
Appreciate you, bro.
For real.
Yeah.
Hey, we're gonna get to it.
Yep. Peace, y'all.
Peace out, man.